Hello viewers, I'm SB and welcome back to Dead Cells, where here we are standing in front of the daily challenge door. We've completely ignored this up to this point, because frankly, the daily challenge is fine, but I much prefer to just play the core game experience. But I remembered this morning that there are some blueprints that can only be unlocked by participating in daily challenges. I believe the way it works is there's a handful of them and you just have to participate in a certain number of dailies in order to unlock them on that save file. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start playing the dailies off camera so that we can get access to those items, but we're going to do today's on camera just so that you can see what this is like. This should be a pretty brief thing, and then we'll do a real run afterward. So these are timed, and there's a scoring system in place, and it's a way that you can run the daily and then compare your scores with your friends on your Steam friends list and stuff. If you've played a lot of modern video games, you're probably familiar with this. A lot of games do this thing now. Alright, so everybody gets the same items in a daily. I believe it is the case that you can see things that you don't have unlocked because they want the run to be the daily run to be the same for everybody. You know, I'm not wild about the Scythe Claw, but this is probably actually a pretty good opportunity to practice with it in a situation that, you know, kind of doesn't matter in a lot of ways. Alright, so we cross the starting line. You can see some of the things about the game are a little bit different in the daily challenge. I missed. Oh, weird. It, completely skipped the animation there. I do not really understand how this thing works. There's clearly some mechanics here that I am not getting. Oh, wait, that's a shield. You're not supposed to attack directly into the shield. I mean, sometimes it's fine. I will say this weapon has the best visual effects, maybe, of any weapon in the game. I'm surprised that worked. Because he was down in spike mode. I'm surprised it didn't just, brutalize me. Because you're not, as you can see there, definitely not supposed to hit him in the back. For obvious reasons. Oh, I shouldn't have done that. Okay. It ended up not being that big of a deal. I do hate the shield guys, though, because they spend so much time jumping around and, pointing their backs at you and stuff. They're not a huge danger, but it's really hard to hit them in a way that doesn't deal at least a little bit of damage to you. And, obviously, combo. You know how I feel about my combo meter. I believe there is scoring based on your combo, maybe, in this mode. I'm gonna level with you. I do not remember. Do not remember how it works. And I say do not remember. I'm not sure that I ever actually knew. Oh, he's getting chomped on. I'll let him get chomped on. There we go. Right after they bounce off the wall, they face you for a moment. We just picked up a bonus point thing. Apparently those come and find you aggressively. I'm going to be honest with you, that scared the hell out of me as it was approaching us. So you can see, we have a limited time effect that causes us to get bonus points on kill, which is good for our scoring, which is a thing that we totally, definitely care about. I am not just here for the multi-ball. That's a lie. In Dead Cells, as in all pinball games, I'm absolutely just here for the multi-ball. Where does this go? So, of course, you're supposed to go fast, but what is that? Deploys an ethereal door. Okay, like I said, you can find items you don't have unlocked. Where I was going is, you are supposed to go fast. I'm gonna put down a door. What did that do? Oh, it makes a door that you could break. Okay, in case you had the crowbar, and you could stun enemies with it. It's kind of a roundabout stunning tool. That's actually really cool. That's a neat idea for a thing. Okay, the boss is this way. We are being told. I'm just gonna go ahead and take the damage. I want that guy dead. Oh, wait, that's not gonna work. Damn it. There. Okay. Here's how we deal with this. Stun that guy, and then... That is such a neat item. I'm really glad that we did this today. Yeah, timing. But stopping to kill stuff is still important because that is the source of your points. That's like the main source of points. And I think how fast you go is more of a multiplier. So you do need to get kills. And it's best to combo in time trial, much as in the main game. Not that good of an idea to get hit. Turns out, who would have thought? Man, this weapon has some cool effects. It is also worth noting that, you know, there are still scrolls, of course, and you do have to fight a boss at the end, so you want to have found enough items and scrolls to actually be, like, competent in that fight. Yeah, we don't have the corrosive cloud unlocked. Hold on, this is probably a teleporter. Yeah. So the boss is over there. We should go down this way and go left. So apparently we saw an enemy that was holding a scroll. I don't know exactly how many scrolls we need to have a good chance of beating the boss. When I was doing this last, the boss was always just the concierge, but you know, there's been a lot of bosses and stuff added to the game since, so who knows? They may have varied it up a little bit. God, that is super cool. I have made no secret of the fact that I kind of think this weapon is too much the thing that it is for it to actually be good, or at least for it to be good in my hands, but you can't help but be impressed. Right? It's just real cool. Oh, out of time. I was not even paying attention. Were we on a countdown? That's embarrassing. It's not just a thing that... It used to be the case that however long it took you, you know, you got it done and then... Well, alright, let's try that again, and we'll just go fast. It's the same. It's not generating us a new... You should probably grab the scroll there, buddy. So we kind of know where to go. I mean, you sort of always know where to go, right? They give you the map right away and tell you where the boss is. But we know, like, there's a scroll here. We don't have to fight everything. Yeah, they've changed this since I did it last. I do like the fact that, like, with the way the damage timing works, getting hit while wielding this thing nearly guarantees that you will get all of the health back. As long, like, if you get hit mid-swing, you just recover all of the health immediately. I do not remember exactly where all of the... There we go. Finally did something. Yeah, I do not exactly remember where all of the scrolls were. But we can certainly go get that one. So I'm gonna not fight absolutely everybody. It's very much against my dead cells reflexes here. Because, you know, we're not here to get a good score. I can't remember if the scrolls you get for doing the daily require you to complete the run, or if it's just that you have to show up. But we're gonna try to actually complete things. So yeah, I totally have a timer that's counting down. You can tell how much I was looking at the the upper corner of the screen during the last run. Oop, I missed the ledge. It will take some amount of time to fight the boss, and it will definitely take more time if we do a bad job finding scrolls. So there is, even if you're primarily worried about time, there is definitely a motivation to, Ooh. There's definitely a motivation to do some searching. These are all 2s. I'm just gonna... Oh, right. Can't sell stuff in this mode. What would it even mean? Don't seem to be any shops. Oh, this is the wrong way. Alright. Absolutely not. That's gonna get me killed for sure. This was the wrong way. Well, we still have 230 left. I'm sure we'll be fine. I will fight a random enemy. Show me some loot. Oh no, it didn't just hit me, it lifted me off the ground. I was expecting to just take one tap from that thing and let it pass through us. Apparently not how it works. It's interesting that the claw seems to hit through the shields of those normal purple guys. I thought I remembered it bouncing off of them. Alright, we have a fair number of scrolls. We have a couple of decent items. We're fighting a boss that, in theory, we know how to fight, although you could be forgiven for thinking that I don't based on my behavior here. If you're wondering why his pattern seems all screwy, it's because the crusher that we threw down doesn't just pulse damage at enemies, it also briefly stuns them. And what did I tell you? Blueprint. So yeah, it is for finishing the daily challenge. Next reward in 4 daily victories. I believe there's only like 3 or 4 blueprints that are earned this way. So it shouldn't take me too long. But I will do the rest of those off camera, because, like, you know, that's fine. It's not really Dead Cells, though. It's Dead Cells in micro, but, like, the economy management and stuff is an important part of the game. Okay, speaking of, let's do an actual run here. What do we want? So the rightmost tube has a little bit of a red thing going. We could take purple with a blowgun. You know what? Maybe we should go this way. I know, we just did a green run, but I want to play with the ice crossbow. Yeah, we'll do this. So, to clarify, one more time. Piercing bolts that freeze... Okay. Or piercing bolts that do bonus damage against frozen enemies, and the main shot is a freeze. It seems real good. And obviously this isn't a weapon we'll be using forever. Ow, I rolled the wrong way. I meant to turn around, and I just didn't press the button and then, like, give him time to turn around before keying in the roll. We'll probably end up on some, you know, melee weapon and shield stuff eventually. But this is probably a good way to get us through these early areas with little risk of missing our combo doors. Which, you know, I have some feelings about. I do so love a combo door. I do think it's a little unfortunate the way that the combo doors work does kind of disable certain kinds of strategies, because, like, it's so important that you never take any damage at all. So, like, that thing with the claw, where you can get hit during the swing and then just heal it all off immediately. It feels pretty non-viable as a strategy, because you have to get, like, it's really, really important that you hit your combos. Which is a shame, because it's a neat... I was really expecting that to hit him. There we go. All we had to do was freeze any one of them, and it would freeze all of them due to the water. Ooh, free chicken. You know what? It's time for a diet change-up. Let's go... Well, we were doing fruit before. Let's go monster. You know what I want to be? I want to be a terrifying, unstoppable combat monster. And people will always tell you, dress for the job you want to have. That's a common English phrase. You can't prove it's not. That was a really embarrassing way to get hit. I really thought that after we rolled forward, we would just be out of his leap range. I will say, this is definitely the least important combo door to get. I feel like the ones after the second and third... Ooh, free monster guts. Delicious. That's so cool. Look at it. Look at it just casually strolling along and murdering people. Oh, the fire. The fire is an anti-combo. In the parlance of our times, a non-bow. We might still be able to combo door. I hope so. But it won't be the end of the world if we don't get it. That said, even the early combo doors, even if you, you know, don't end up sticking with the items out of them for very long, it is just extra money, which obviously is pretty important for a bunch of reasons. Did I miss the button? I did. It was right here. I was very fixated on the, you know, the enemies. Who has time to notice buttons on the floor? It's not even super colliding. Does this one have stuff in it? Oh, it has a fake roof. That's the stuff. There it is. Okay, so I believe that the next level of gold carryover through deaths is the last level. So I think we're pretty much looking at the amount of money that we're going to be able to assemble through the first area of a run. Trying to get myself a better understanding of the economy here, what we can expect to make, basically like where we need to be to hit our economic goals, like being able to drop 24,000 in the shop in the graveyard, or the Still Village, which also has that food shop. I wonder if the Slumbering Sanctuary does too, because I think those are all in the same tier. You know what? We will put this in the backpack. I'll say this, if the Slumbering Sanctuary doesn't have a food shop, that definitely makes that a way worse way to go. You know what? You know what we're going to do this run? We're going to, Explorer's Instinct. Okay, good. I was going to say, please tell me there's one enemy left. Okay, there's one enemy over there that I missed. We're going to do the Promenade. We're going to try to figure out the Moonflower Key thing. So we need to go to the Promenade, get all the the Gardener's Keys, and then once we have the Gardener's Keys, we have to try to... I see, I missed him because he's invisible. Very sneaky. Alright, and once we have all the Gardener's Keys, we got to make it to the graveyard, and through the graveyard into the Forgotten Sepulchres. So I don't know exactly how that's going to route us. I don't know how you get from the ramparts to the sewers. I mean, do you have to go to the sewers? I guess I don't actually know all the ways into the graveyard. We'll figure it out. You know, this will be a thing we're going to have to probably experiment with over several runs. Man, now I really wish that I knew how to get that that door unlocked. That is such a cool item. What a neat way of engaging with the systems. Oh. This is worse, right? Yeah, I like the ice crossbow better, I think. I do like that one stuns the victim, but also it's just going to kill him when you hit him with it usually, so it's not like that's actually adding a lot. Alright, is there anything else of value around here? No, so let's go eat some guts, and then we'll sell what appears to be a large eyeball. Delicious. This is what monsters eat, I believe. I just teleported, like... I think we are the same distance away from the eye that we were before we teleported, just on the other side. Monster eye. Who wouldn't pay 600 gold for that, I ask you? Nope. Alright, so to the Promenade, then. We haven't gone out to the Promenade in a while. This will be a nice change of pace. Plus, there's free stuff here. So I'm trying to think. We access the graveyard after the first boss. If we do the Concierge as the first boss, the doors from the Concierge are Stilt Village and Slumbering Sanctuary, right? So neither one of those is actually good. This is unfortunate. We're not even gonna get a cool thing here. Is my current amulet? Actually, I might want to get rid of this, even though we're trying to scale green right now. I think the fire's counterproductive with our current plan. And a point of off-color stats on a piece of gear can be kind of nice. Alright, let's finish unlocking the Specialist Showroom. That seems like a good idea. And then, you know what? I'm gonna take... Ooh. I was gonna say we're gonna take this. Wait, what's the Hunter's Mirror? Unlocks a mirror near the scribe that may come in handy during your hunts. This is new. I don't know what this does. Alright. Good enough for me. We're going to unlock some green skills over the course of this run. We don't have to do it right now. So, do we intend to end up with a shield? Probably eventually. But you know what? Heart of Ice just seems so good. We're going to take Heart of Ice. We're gonna try to maintain some way of proccing the bonus. But like, the Death Orb has a fairly long cooldown, and it's super powerful. Being able to pull that down so we can use it more frequently is definitely worthwhile. Jumping is one of the very few things you can do in front of a door that will not break the door. Trying to get it to climb again. You know, sometimes he climbs again and sometimes he doesn't seem to want to. There we go. Maybe if you start falling. Yeah. If you wait to execute the second jump until you've started to fall, it seems like. Aw, nothing. I was hoping that, you know, at least a gem would have spawned here for us. Is an amethyst too much for a man to ask? Yes. Yes, says the game. Alright, Gardener's Key number 1. I think the way they've chosen to change up the crossbows is interesting. I wonder what the impetus for this was. Did they find that they were just, like, too powerful when you could combine them with a shield? Because that felt like it was often the thing to do. The explosive crossbow, at the least, that's the one I had the most experience with. The explosive crossbow didn't actually have limited ammo. It was just a weapon that was slow and cumbersome to use. So you would pair it with a shield, so against enemies who are not... Oh god. Feels like I was not able to roll nearly as fast as I would have liked there. That's inconvenient. So yeah, like, it basically, it was a setup that really didn't have a lot of weaknesses. I wonder if that was the case with all of the crossbows. They just, in their data, they saw that people who picked up a crossbow just rode it all the way to the end of a trivial victory. I mean, like, there's definitely there's a significant trade-off in not being able to carry as many weapons, although that is somewhat balanced, I suppose, by the fact that weapons can no longer have stat points on them. So it used to be the case that weapons at S tier, and maybe also at ++, I can't remember, used to have a stat point on them. And legendaries might have had 2, maybe? Huh. This is a weird area. What is this? Have we seen this before? This is very strange. Words written on the wall. Get good. Great. Lovely. Must be some sort of incantation. Oh, I get it. It's a Dark Souls. This campfire was abandoned by an earlier visitor. They're doing the reference. Sure, couldn't hurt to take a little rest. What about you? Do you have stuff? A guy in armor. He's been dead for a while. Ooh. Do I want Wings of the Crow? We're not using our Sinew Slicer. I'm going to replace it. Probably I should be using my Sinew Slicer. I'm not finding that we need it very much, though. Oh, some guy. Oh, I get it. We rested at the thing, so it respawned the thing that mortally wounded that guy, and then it had all of his XP. That's a cute mechanical joke. That elevates that reference a little bit. We recovered all of his souls. Ooh. Explosive Decoy is a good skill. I know the door. We're gonna get it. I just wanna... While I'm thinking about killing all of these ranged enemies, let's just get them. Okay. Yeah, I mean, listen, the thing about the Dead Cells people is that they don't really do things halfway, right? If they have an idea, they are going to commit to it. Okay, I guess we're still going. Kill count's looking pretty good. I'm feeling all right. This is such an easy strategy. The strategy that we've built ourselves into here. Yeah, that ice grenade seems great, actually. We can afford this. This is not a big deal. I have not been paying as close attention as I should have to the amount of money that we tend to generate from various things. We can just go ahead and take that now. So I don't really have a good sense of like how much we can afford to spend as we're moving through the world. So I'd like to... That's why I'm trying to keep an eye on like our gold as we hit different thresholds. I'm trying to get a sense of how much we can afford to drop and still make it to the flask charge. Because I think that's going to be really important for us. Although at the same time, obviously, it'd be cool if I could learn to be good enough not to need it, because, surprise, on higher difficulty levels, there are even fewer flask charges available. Wow, that frost grenade did not work at all. Stupid dummy shield. I love having a good ranged weapon for dealing with bats. So I feel like we're finding a lot of just like random gems in the world, which is nice. Also, it's nice that all of the enemies just have to kind of line up and take the shots. It turns out linear ranged weapons are very powerful in a two-dimensional environment. Honestly, we very well still may make it to 60 kills. There are so many enemies in this biome. Alright, scaled all the way up to 1.4 seconds. I mean, it's a pretty big reduction, actually. Alright, show me green stuff. I do not see a good reason to spend money at this point. We are going to need to replace this crossbow eventually, though. Oh, right. This thing is just always open now. Hooray! Items that have no value to us. I mean, not no value. That's a fair amount of money, actually. I mean, I'm certainly not replacing my crossbow with a level 2 nutcracker. So we're still missing the gardener's key that's in the tower, right? That one's functionally impossible to miss. The tower will just be in the way. We will see it. Surprise! But if only all of our fights could take place in waist-deep water. Oh, I don't like this at all. Okay, well that's the only actual dangerous enemy that was near the legendary, so that's nice. Ooh, 257 damage. You know, honestly, I don't like quickbow and shield very much, but we could go green quickbow for a while. We have to find a real weapon. You know what? I'm gonna put the quickbow in our backpack for the moment. We'll toss the shield out. And if we happen across a melee weapon, we'll swap over. Honestly, pretty much any melee weapon will do. Because we will mostly be relying on the quick bow for our damage output. I just don't want to not have a melee weapon and find myself in a position where it is difficult to deal with an enemy if we run out of ammo. I came very close to kissing those spikes. Alright, so if we go through the morass... I don't want to do that. Let's hope that that's not the thing we have to do. I'm trying to remember. The morass of the banished... I'm pretty sure the morass of the banished only goes to Mama Tick, right? I think. But I don't remember what the doors after Mama Tick are, because we've only actually beaten that fight once. I would be inclined to think that that is not the only way to do this, because the Moonflower secret definitely existed in the game before Mama Tick did, but it's also possible that when they added the new biomes, they rerouted the whole thing, so that it is in fact the case that that's the only way to do it now. Alright, we're gonna... Oh, you... It really sucks that the crystal starts volleying while all of the, Just rolled right into that. The crystal starts volleying while all of the screen effects are still going on, so it's literally not possible to see. Yeah, I'll stick with the one I have. It's literally not possible to see that first volley happening. Like, those projectiles were invisible to me because they were the same color as the background. Because there's that slowdown and the little light bloom that happens when you awaken an elite. That's a really dumb way to lose a combo. I guess you always just gotta run from elites when you're trying to maintain your combo. But that really sucks. It should probably just be the case that the projectile is more distinct. Like, make it red or something, you know? Make it actually visible. Oh, God. They so often throw their bomb on the platform that you were just on that I assumed that we weren't going to have to dodge that. He would just put it in a place that was convenient for me. How dare he not be thinking about me first? God, the game is giving us so much food. You know what? I think it approves of the constant diet changing. This is a sign. We should do it every episode. I mean, if we can get to the ancient sewers from here, that does solve... Ah, the prison depths! This is the biome I was thinking of before when I was talking about the corrupted prison. It turns out there's just 2 of them. There are 2 little biomes that don't actually move you forward and just have a little bit of bonus loot in them. Well, we should probably do that, right? Hell, one of the Moonflower doors could be in there. I mean, for all we know. Because we don't actually know where the 3rd one is. And I'm pretty sure you can get to the ancient sewers from that. So that's probably how you're supposed to do this. There we go. And you know what? I'm down to fight Conjunctivius with a purple quick bow. I think that's a thing we can absolutely do. Or maybe with this. I mean, I don't really want to be using... As good as this is, I don't really want to be using a tier 1... God damn it. I don't really want to be using a tier 1 weapon for that boss fight. Okay. Well, it is probably no longer possible for us to hit that combo counter, I'm assuming. Oh wait, maybe this biome doesn't actually have an entrance to the sewers? Well, it does have some bats that we missed. Hold on, let's go get these bats. It is so hard to get it to select the teleporter you want. Let's go murder these bats. Oh, I see why I didn't get them. They're way up here. Okay. And now, let's go murder some other guys. Because they're definitely... I did see other guys. Am I going crazy? No, there is totally another guy. There's also an amethyst on the ledge right before the exit, which we should grab. Oh wow, this is really deep water. Damn it. I was pushing myself backwards with my shots so much that I caused him to become out of range. Alright, let's go get the amethyst on the balcony and then head up to the prison depths and we will see where things go from there. Right, because this door over here is the ossuary, right? Pretty sure. Yeah. Huh. I guess I don't exactly know the route. It's fine. Prison depths. It'll work. Maybe. We will find out if it will work, and that's, you know, information gathering is all you can really ask for. Frustrating to lose our combo to that elite. That's a real bummer. Also, that thing started shooting at us before the slowdown was over, so I also would have had to, you know, like, do a better job of dodging. So that feels unfair. How dare they ask me to do a good job? Alright, we're going to find out what that is in real short order. Can I... Oh, interesting. You can't buy upgrades for the thing in your backpack. I don't actually want to change the modifiers on that. So... maybe we're not... Hey, let's take Frostbite. I don't feel confident that we are going to end up with a shield necessarily. I mean, maybe eventually, but we're probably going to ride this quick bow for a little while. I'm going to do it. I think there's a chance. With this weapon, there's a real good chance that we can do this. Okay. So we're going to leave the tentacle right here. I think our build is going to be colorless tentacle plus colorless quick bow for a little while. But I don't want to take the tentacle until after we have completed the thing. Oh, wait, is that... Actually, that might not work. Yeah. Yeah, Death Orb. That guy was still alive. I was real worried. Listen, you know me. We might not actually be able to go back and get that. I mean, listen, if we end up not taking the tentacle, that's fine. We got the extra scroll, which I feel totally okay about. I'm going to leave that for the moment. I should have shot them once with the crossbow, then fired the Death Orb, so I can benefit from the crit. Okay, that's 3 enemies up there. That's all we need. I think I do want to go ahead and do this in the lamest possible way, so we're just going to wait a second. The thing is, why potentially die, right? Why have any chance of things not going your way? Oh god, Fog Bishop. Okay, there's something crawling around up there. I really like this, this additional green mechanical identity of being the status effect color. Or at least the hindering status effect color. Probably red is still the damaging status effect color. Damn it. It's actually really hard to get the shot I'm looking for here. There we go. Can you believe that sometimes cowardice has negative consequences? I know, it's a wild idea. Just gonna let that work. Got him. See, I got in there. I actually shot somebody. I did something myself with my own 2 hands. Absolutely no bat spawning. None. Okay. This weapon is, like, absurdly good, though. It will be less good against Conjunctivius, for sure. Because we will not be able to keep him frozen for the entirety of the fight. As unfair as that seems. I meant to stomp through him. I thought I was going to stomp through him. Didn't quite work. The hell is the Frost Bishop? Or the Fog Bishop? I feel like, okay, I haven't been able to see enemies for like a year. Just gonna give it a second here. Yep, because that's what I thought. I knew it. I knew the second we went down there, it was going to turn out there were a bunch of additional enemies. And they were just going to be patient. They were going to wait for us. You know, like Emily Dickinson. It's the quality of Dead Cells commentary that I try to aspire to. You know, I want to throw a literary reference in there. It's all about improving your audience. You know, you want to be an asset to them. Although now I'm realizing that I think it was Emily Dickinson. It might have been... I don't know. Ask me anything about what I was supposed to have learned in English class. I got in trouble in English class a lot. That's not because I wasn't listening, but because I often disagreed. Sometimes, I'll admit it, I was a shitty kid. Sometimes performatively disagreed. I will, however, as a person who now really likes and appreciates Shakespeare, I will go to my death that Romeo and Juliet is just like 0% a love story. My middle school language arts teacher had a real problem with that take at the time, but I don't know why. It's a really shitty love story if it's supposed to be one. Okay. Survival. So one thing that we do have to be doing is paying extra careful attention to the walls, because it's possible that the door we're looking for will in fact be here and I will just miss it. And obviously this is a problem that to some degree can be mitigated by simply looking up online where the thing is, but that's not the way I want to do it. I want to figure it out. The good news is the Moonflower doors tend to be in pretty large caverns, and they tend to be like running alongside. If you think about the way the one in the graveyard is usually shaped, it tends to run alongside the main thing in a way that would be hard to miss. Right, like you would often see the Moonflower Cavern in the graveyard from just sort of accidentally running alongside it while doing the level normally. And in fact, that's how we were aware of the one in the Sepulchre, right? So let's hope that it turns out like that. Oh no. Well, the good news is combo door. We probably hit it. Ooh, additional good news. That's a real good weapon, if I remember correctly. And it's a real good green melee weapon. Alright, I would like these guys to group up a little bit for the grenade. Let's just get off of there until he's dead. Okay. What other garbage literary opinions do I have that I can subject you to while I've got you here captive? What is that? It's a better Death Orb? I mean, yeah, I'll take a better Death Orb. Versus... yeah, I don't think that's even much of a comparison. Death Orb 3, it's not actually that much more DPS, honestly. Still better. I don't see the thing, but actually Explorer's Instinct might make it really obvious. Yeah. I don't think that the entrance we're looking for is here. Aha! There's the path to the Ancient Sewers. So you have to have at least one boss cell in order to be able to do this. And this is Ossuary and Morass. Okay. Alright, well, to the sewers we go. Conjunctivious Hoe. Let's go back, and there are 2 foods to grab. One of them to eat, and the other one to do the other thing with. That is a shame. It is a shame that we can't go back and get that. And probably, if I had remembered that we weren't going to be able to go back for it, probably I would have swapped out the quickbow for it. I think that tentacle is more valuable to the run than the quickbow is, but it's fine. The value of an experience like this that is kind of frustrating and hurts a little bit is that we're very unlikely to forget that that's how that works in the future, right? We really learned that. Also, if I may say, I feel like we are totally kicking ass on the money. Alright, let's head back to those horrible, horrible sewers. But this time, no cavern. I won't subject myself to it. So, by doing this, we got ourselves, provided that there is a combo door, and I believe that there is. Oh, no, I guess not. Well, that's a shame. I was going to say, we got ourselves an extra opportunity for a combo door. So the Swift Sword inflicts a crit if you have an active speed buff, which is pretty cool. The War Spear inflicts a crit when you strike several targets at the same time, and it has a really long range, and it looks super cool. I cannot emphasize enough how cool this weapon looks. Should we stick with our very good crossbow for the moment? I kind of think so. We're gonna finish this off. And then I think we're gonna put 30 cells into a skill to unlock for later. I kind of want to try the ice armor. And we'll unlock the War Spear like right before Conjunctivious so that we have a better version of it. Better than we would get if we went right now. Oh yeah, I should probably grab a thing. What do we want? Necromancy's fine. We're not going to have a shield for some time. We may end up eventually with a shield when we decide to get rid of the bow, and we will eventually get rid of the bow. We could take Instinct to the Master of Arms. We could grab Necromancy, even though it didn't used to cap at 50%. Without the cap, I think it was quite a bit better. It was probably too good, though, to be fair. You know what? For right now, let's grab Instinct to the Master of Arms. We'll just have our skills up all of the time, and then we'll re-roll. If we end up on shield, we'll just re-roll our skills. I love the amount of food that the game has been thrusting at us. I'm very, very pleased with not having even been close to having to use a flask yet. Now it's just a matter of keeping up that good energy. Hey, I feel pretty alright about that. Must we, though? Must we with the more spikes? Okay. But what if, hear me out here, what if we didn't? What if we didn't constantly have traps everywhere? Why did I do that? Why didn't I just shoot the good bolt right away? You can see the what I like to call the SB panic roll there, which is the short hop and roll at the same time. This thing, hold on. Yeah, this thing, that's me pressing all of my buttons at the same time. Just like desperate, somebody save me. One of these buttons, save me, please. Damn it, I'm not jumping high enough. Damn, you really can't do this, huh? Yeah, even if I start the shot at the apex of the jump, I fall too far by the time it actually goes off. We are going to lose some measure of safety when we swap off of the ice crossbow. But the damage is going to be, like, real good. And it's going to be way more reliable against enemies who don't freeze 100% of the time. Whoa! What was up with that? Did you see how fast he came at me? Did I upset him somehow? Can you enrage those? Oh god. The enemies here really are a bummer. This area is a total nightmare. Honestly, it may well be the case that this area challenges the it may well be the case that this area challenges the cavern or something like that in terms of actual difficulty, but I'm just used to it. Oh, the orb broke the thing. Trying so hard to get frost shots on him. He keeps unfreezing, and then his stupid crystals keep coming back. There we go. Managed to maintain the streak through the elite. Should probably have not challenged the elite right away. Hey, that is actually a really great amulet. Get our projectile damage reduction and some other bonuses and a second stat point nice and early. I like that a lot. And the extra jump is actually really useful for navigating like spike trap areas and stuff. That's a 5+. This is not a great weapon against Conjunctivius, but I think we're going to take it. I think this right here is the moment. You served us well, mighty Crossbow. Alright, now I just got to remember, it is okay. Ooh, that was not great. It is okay to use the small attack with the flint. You don't always have to go as big as possible. That idea is very counter to everything I believe about every other part of my life as a person. You know? Jump through the glass every time I go out. But I'm trying to learn. Wait, what am I even doing here? Did I forget what my... I think I forgot how the patterns work. How do you get to this one? You have to go... We need to be above where we are now, but... Oh, there we go. I found it. There's just a pattern, or a pathway there that is not indicated at all. Most of the time, the places where you can turn have a little bit of webbing or have a plant right in front of them, and you can kind of tell what it wants you to do. That one was a little trickier. All right, down and then up and then. So yeah, there are totally a couple of different patterns for each part of this puzzle, huh? I don't know. This is the other part where you have to jump up. Yeah, I think this is not always the same, though. Okay. We did it in record time. 380 gold. Super worth it. Just incredibly worth it. Alright, well, we can see the door, although it looks like we're going to have to travel quite a ways around before we can get to it. Oh no, that's just the puzzle we just did. Alright, we do still have a freeze. That's pretty cool. It's fun to just mash the button and have the projectiles come out as fast as you can possibly hit them. And actually, it combos really well with our, It combos really well with the... Oh. I thought I was going to roll fast enough. Shoot. It combos really well with the mutations that we have that reduce the cooldown on our stuff by a flat amount per hit that we score, rather than like scaling with the DPS of the weapon in any way. So it means we're going to be able to reset all of our cooldowns a lot. Some of the really good green skills have super long cooldowns, and that is how they are balanced. And we have, I think, an opportunity here to really abuse the hell out of this. Gosh, it's just, you know, it's a lot of bats. It's a lot of everything. Do they maintain... Yes, they do. They do maintain the ammo that is in them, even when they go underground. Alright, so things got a little messy there, and we lost our combo. And that's too much. It's too much, right? There's no way we hit the combo door now. That is a shame. Ah, he unfroze immediately because of the poison. That is a shame. That said, we don't actually need our enemies to be poisoned. We just need them to be slowed, which means they... Or we don't actually need them to be frozen. We need them to be slowed, which just means they need to have been frozen. So it's fine if we break stuff right away. Ah. I 100% pressed the wrong button there. Shoulda rolled, pressed jump instead. So I was like, you know, listen, they're all movement. They'll all get us out of the way. I'm real lost. Okay, so we're definitely going the... Well, you know what? Actually, that's not a path. This is the way we have to go. So I guess this maybe goes down and around to the crypt? Yeah, we'll explore this way. Hate. Okay. I'm really enjoying the poison cloud. Is that the bow that's doing that? Yep, shots explode with... That's so cool. What a good bow this is. Over Death Orb, maybe? You know, I like the Death Orb. The shock is certainly not bad. And it gives us yet another movement option, which, as you've probably noticed, I like a lot. I like to have lots of things to do, ways to panic productively during combat. I heard a bat wake up. It probably died immediately on the poison cloud, though. Yep. I reflexively ran in the wrong direction there. There was not really going to be any escape after I pressed left. Or, right. Please. Please stop existing. the mushroom is by far the most dangerous enemy down here. So remember, we're going to get a flask charge for free after Conjunctivius. And then we're going to have the opportunity to buy another one shortly after. Can I please? There we go. So while it is a bummer to lose all this health in ways that are like 100% avoidable, it's not actually costing us much in terms of long-term resources. You know, Mushroom Boy would probably be pretty good. I do like our equipment now, though. Our equipment now is very powerful. There's no two ways about that. By the way, while I was prepping for yesterday's episode, doing that run up to the giant, I often play games with the sound turned off, and I know there's people who make games in the audience who are very upset right now about how hard their sound people work on the music. I'm sorry. I just got very particular tastes in music. I like my music, you know? I often play games with the sound turned off while listening to other music. And I didn't want to do that. I didn't bother to turn the sound off for Dead Cells, but I was listening to other music while I was playing. And it turns out the Dead Cells music combines really well with some other genres of music. I was really digging the impromptu remix. You wouldn't necessarily think, given the tone and timbre of it, but Dead Cells plus Brownbird is like actually real good. So what do we want here? A high-level wolf trap is pretty neat. I do think I want the cells, probably. Also, there's a chest we missed. It's like that's a value, that's it. I do not want this. But we should probably go get it and sell it, right? So, cells plus big crystal... Plus, do I actually want that wolf trap? Well, I don't think I want any of this other stuff. So this is the door we're opening, at least. We don't need a freeze. So we could replace the grenade with this. Increasing damage they take by 362 DPS. I think I'm just going to sell it. But that was close enough that was actually, like, legitimately difficult. Alright, let's go back and pick up some of the things we whiffed. First of all, maybe something useful? Nope. Sadly, it is not. Secondly, how do I get to you? I bet from above? Is there... Aha. I think... Yes, there is access here. Oh, that sucks. Yo, screw you. Alright, it looks like he can't see me here. Yeah, screw this nonsense. I want my amethyst, but what a crappy enemy to be in that place. It looks like we probably didn't actually see this shop. Yeah, no, I definitely didn't. Come down here. It's another one of those false bottom things. I mean, there's probably an amethyst down there. And I don't want any of this. Probably an amethyst down there, and you don't really take, like, you take a very, very small amount of damage doing that. If you don't have a combo to maintain, it is no problem at all. That was like 10 damage. Alright, so I think we probably just flask before the Conjunctivius fight. There's no reason to hold on to it, right? And it's not like we get anything if we take the charge while still having a full flask. It's not going to, like, give us a bonus or a huge amount of money or anything. There's no reason to try to preserve the fullness. Where's the other guys? Down here? Wow, 3 cells. It is good to go around and actually kill all the bats. Okay, we got a little bit of other cleanup to do here. This is why the episodes are so long. But like the resources, they're right there. And also I like murdering stuff. And also I like just hanging out and playing this game with y'all. This is a fun time. I'm having a good time. It's a cool weapon. It's a cool and fun weapon. You do not get to use on a lot of green runs. So we'll replace the flint with... Oh, that was nice. See, like Mario stomped the other worm. Yo, we'll replace the flint with a decent level war spear. It'll be way easier to actually hit Conjunctivius with the war spear if it comes down to a situation where we need to do that, because the war spear is really long. Also, it's just a fun weapon to use. Then we'll have that for dealing with groups of enemies, and the quick bow for rapidly burning down large single enemies, and it'll be good. All right, give me this guy. And then, do we want to finish the ice armor right now? I'm actually not sure. Ooh, it gave us a ++ as well. It's possible that we're getting to the end of the usefulness of this death orb, but the ice armor's not really a good replacement for that. So maybe we unlock, like, the crusher instead? You know what? I like the crusher. Let's get ourselves a crusher. And we'll run the ice armor. I'm gonna get it to 1 so we can unlock it whenever we want later, and then we'll pour some into the swarm. Or you know what? Let's push the magnetic grenade. All right, replace death orb. The death orb is a little bit more likely to be useful against Conjunctivius, so I suppose I could have done that later. All right, victims burn when they die. Shoots a big arrow in front of you. Just seems like a real good weapon. So all the way around. And then I'm not going to upgrade these other things. I actually like the qualities that the ice grenade has, and I don't see a reason to spend money on the crusher right now. There's a non-zero chance that we end up replacing it with the loot we get from this fight or something, you know. We may end up not actually using it at all. Okay, if we get through this without spending a flask charge, it's going to be really good for us. If we spend 1 flask charge, we still probably go back to full during the graveyard. Okay, it's gonna charge soon. I'm waiting. One thing that's real nice about the, oh god. That's a pretty good move, coming over to a place where I couldn't possibly get away. I think this weapon, oh god. That was real shitty. It literally just waited until my roll was done. You weren't still slowed. You're just being a dick. So you can see, like I said, the War Spear is real cool looking. So one thing that's really nice, the Crusher will actually be really good against the tentacles. One thing that's really nice about the way that fails the roll. That thing's going over to do the charge. I hate it when they travel under you and they just wait. They're like, if I went up now, I wouldn't necessarily hit him. I gotta wait for him to commit a roll or something. There it is. The Crusher finally finished the job. How did I manage to get hit by both of them? I didn't roll, specifically so that I would not take the hit from the other guy, and I just managed to screw it up in literally the worst possible way somehow. So what I was saying is, one thing that's really nice about the way that arrows work with the quick bow is each arrow has its own stuck in the enemy timer. So you will see them, they don't all fall out at the same time. It's not like the enemy has a pulse that knocks all the arrows out. So we will almost always be shooting at an enemy that has at least 2 arrows still stuck into it. Because as we cycle in new ones, old ones fall out. Which means that we're basically always getting the crits. Follow this guy and make him commit. The way the Crusher is... I believe it was... I don't think it was the case that the Crusher was just like a permanent slow field before, in addition to its crushing capabilities. That's a really powerful change. I'm so glad that the really low health one was the Charger there. Because that lets us knock them down in a way more even way, although I'm still not doing a very good job of it. So one of them is at full health right now. He's gonna be so fast. Yeah, I like how short the animations on our weapons are. Stays nice and easy to roll out of things. Oh, all of my arrows are in him. I have no ammo. Okay, the Crusher actually got him. He just planted himself directly on top of it. That was not very clean, but it was pretty fast, I think. Ourselves a higher level ice crossbow. It's definitely interesting. The Enraged Conjunctivious outfit. Do we want to take... it's only a 3+. Okay, so, Graveyard. It is possible that we have already missed one of the Moonflower keys. We know there's one in here, we know there's one in the, what do you call it? And then we just have to hope that there's one beyond the Sepulchre. There it is. I should probably have saved some more cells for that. Alright, even more tentacle outfit. Is there any outfit that has enough tentacles? I don't think so. Alright, I don't have a long-term plan here. I guess probably at some point we get ice armor. That's that's as far as my plan goes right now. Alright, it is not impossible that we just do well in the graveyard, or alternatively find food in the graveyard, and end up not having to buy the flask charge. It could happen. And if it does happen, that's a lot of extra money to spend in late-game shops on really high-tier items. So, I have hope, is what I'm saying. This looks like it could go to a real good place. I really like the poison clouds on the arrows. That's so cool. See that patented panic jump of mine. So this thing does... yeah, okay. It's a critical hit whenever you strike several targets at the same time. I think when it says several there, I think what it means is multiple. And anytime you hit 2 enemies is good enough. Several to me implies a larger number, but I don't think it actually means a larger number here. Someone left a cow's head here. He carefully traced the king's coat of arms on the animal's forehead. That's just an extremely normal thing to have done. Wait, how do you actually access that area? Oh, probably with the teleport stone. Wow, don't like this. Okay. The shovel. Oh, the shovel is one of my favorite weapons. I'm very happy to see this. I'm also thinking we should probably flask. Yeah, we have the money to buy the other charge, and we could try to hold out, but it's dangerous to do so. That was a really bad place to get teleported into. Ooh. That is an exciting shield that we are not going to take. You can tell I'm pretty torn. I mean, it's real good. I like our bow so much, though. I think we'll not take it. A VS shield of, like, a good, powerful type. It's tough to pass up, but we're going to stick with the gimmick we got, because it's a pretty good gimmick, I think. Apparently that being dead did not stop him from performing his attack. You gotta admire the fortitude there. More poison. We ran out of ammo temporarily until some of those enemies died. Okay. Like I said, it's a pretty good gimmick. The thing about this bow is that if you shoot it at people, it will kill them. Absolutely not. No way in hell. Honestly, this War Spear, I feel like, is maybe one of the best melee weapons we've ever had on a green run. Okay. Enough of this. Enough of all this fog nonsense. We should just bring a big fan with us. Right? Doesn't that seem like a good idea? Okay, Monster's Eye, we will leave that for the moment. This is probably just a frost grenade. We don't need to get fancy here. Those guys do have kind of a lot of health, which makes me leery of just approaching them naked like that, generally speaking, but if you get to lead with a ton of crits, it's not so bad. Alright, so we'll have the Crusher crush you guys, while I... Ooh, okay, that was real close. If the spear had not had damage output sufficient to kill the rats in a single hit with the crit, it would we would certainly have gotten hit there. And the rats are pretty low health enemies. That probably doesn't sound like a big deal, but we have certainly seen big, dangerous weapons whose whole thing is that they hit really hard on individual attacks, fail to kill rats this late in the game, and had it be a real problem. So yeah, you can see it takes a second to charge up, and then it fires, and it does a bunch of damage to everything standing over it, and it also stuns them. I think it's a phenomenally powerful skill. It's a real good one. But what if we just flew? You know, the bow's kind of shaped like a wing. This makes sense. God. What good and cool and fun gear we have. Oh, it didn't... I was hoping it would, you know, still be close enough to the guy to hit him. Alright. Well, it'll get that enemy. It'll get the slasher, too, eventually. Okay, everything is going fine. Not awesome, but, you know, fine. Alright, have we ever gotten a thing here that we actually wanted to use? Oh, trash talking, you shall be rewarded. I'm not going to take this. I do like poisons the enemy, but I don't think it's... I don't know. It's arguably better than the frost grenade, I guess. Especially since it creates two traps. So it's not a single target thing, and in fact, against single beefy targets, it can just keep them locked up for a considerable amount of time. But I like the simplicity of the frost grenade, and also, you know, it's less positional. You don't have to worry so much about what an enemy is doing after they're hit by it. And also, it does have that bleed effect on it, so you know. It's producing a little bit of bonus damage to offset the bonus damage that we lose by not doing the wolf trap. Man, that area is so weirdly shaped. Okay. So we're at 53. It is absolutely reasonable to think we could hit our combo door. This part is always dangerous. The part where we open the gate. What's inside there right now? Insect? Oof. Insect hook guy plus 2 rats is a bad time. I think I want to wait. I want to wait for the... Here we go. Here's my moment. Just gotta make sure you get them all with the War Spear. Probably the Frost Grenade was not even necessary on that one. Where in the hell are all the enemies? I'm gonna feel so much better, so much less tense. Here it is. Here's the win. Once we get our combo. There we go. Now, even though the difficulty hasn't changed, I feel like the stakes are different. Oh, he survived that. I was really expecting the roof drop to just kill him. Great work. That was pretty embarrassing. That was a really soft throw. Okay. There we go. And see, I don't have to panic about the fact that I took stupid damage. Everything's fine. We're still going to end up with a lot of money. Like, even though we are spending 20k on a flask charge, we're still going to end up with a lot more money than we often have at this point in the run. And your money gets, you know, proportionally more valuable as the run goes on, because you're so much less likely under normal circumstances to end up with really powerful items. I didn't have to use all that. Oh, I thought I saw a rat in the fog. Here we will absolutely use all that. Always. Always with the fog. This thing does a lot of damage. I mean, he might just stand still and let the biters on the fire do the job. He just has too much damn health, actually. Alright. I cannot believe I let myself get hit by that. I mean, no, I absolutely can, but I shouldn't have. Oh, I'm not close enough to it for it to actually fire. It looks like it still has its slowing effect, even when it's not in fire mode, which is kind of cool. I wonder if that might be a little overpowered. Okay. That's what I was hoping for. We just completely avoid dealing with this trap altogether. Although, I suppose we do have to pay attention to the walls down here because we're still looking for the Moonflower door. I don't know if it's usually in a certain part of the area, because like there are chunks that often recur, right? Like there's often a stomp floor that leads directly to a treasure chest. So it may be that we could learn to figure out where it probably will be so that we don't have to search for it quite so hard if we're just attentive when we see it. Gosh, what a good weapon. I mean, I'm going to grab this. We know we're buying that, and we'll come back later for the other thing. No, thank you. It might be worth it. The fact that it has a guaranteed, up-to-date, colorless item is a pretty powerful thing. You know what, we could probably do it safely, but I'm gonna err on the side of caution here. Aha! I accidentally found a secret. No, it's not the secret, though. Did we see... I thought I saw over on the right side of the screen. Oh no, that's just a room we've already been in. I thought maybe we were seeing the Moonflower corridor. Alright, even when not critting, this thing does it does an impressive amount of DPS. So we're gonna leave the food for now as well. I want to see all of the food that we're going to have access to here before I go making any decisions. Alright. That's our first actual Moonflower. It's the first time we've actually touched one. So here's the entrance to the cavern, which we will not be using. but we should get vision of it and do this thing. It's all just extra distance toward activating our Explorer's Rune. Gosh, that's just, it's a huge amount of health is the thing. Wow, really? Just decided that my attacks were not fast enough. I would swear to you that we attacked much slower there than we usually do. I mean, there is wind up on the first one, but I don't know, man. It's pretty suspicious to me. I thought for sure we would be fine. And so, of course, there has to be a bunch of trap nonsense in the way. And we don't even know if this is the direction that it is useful to go in. You know what? We have so much money. This may end up being an inefficient play. Because we might end up not taking a lot more damage and then finding a... what do you call it? A monster eye. But I'm just going to go ahead and buy the monster eye here. It seems pretty likely to me that we're going to want to end up doing that, and also I'm going to feel so much better now that I've done it. Now that we are fed. And then we're just going to go this way first. Right, that's not a new direction. This is a new direction. Alright, let's see what's down here. Is it a little bit less unfriendly than all the traps? Why, it's the door to the place we're going. And also instinct. So that's just a shop. Do we even want to risk the damage then? I don't think I'm likely to spend money in that shop. We are going to go over here so that we can get that chest I was talking about. You know, the one that's always just right on the other side of the stomp floor. It doesn't look to me like on this particular generation of the level, the Moonflower thing is anywhere special. Oh, what am I doing? There's a teleporter down here, isn't there? Yeah, I'll just use that. And then honestly, we may as well buy the guts as well here. I could have done this when I bought the eye, but I was trying to give the game the opportunity to make our play more efficient. I wanted to give it the chance to be nice. You know, to say it's sorry for all the horrible things it's done to us. Alright, now this one can be a little bit tricky because it's a little harder to see the secret doors in the dark. 26 minutes. Yeah, we're not exactly on that kind of pace. A really high-level ice crossbow. Ooh. Upon thawing, the enemy suffers from bleeding. The crits are even better than usual. Man. I might... Alright. We're going to do that. I'm going to throw our war spear in the backpack, which we might return to it. I think we're getting past the quick bow. The quick bow's starting to not deal enough damage anymore. Still pretty good, though. The shovel's awesome. That said, I don't know that we want to unlock anything right now, because I kind of think we're on the items that we want to use. Man, maybe I should unlock... Boy, we still have a lot of stuff. And honestly, gastronomy is probably pretty good. You know what? Let me grab this. And then is there another mutation or two that we want to get? We should try to unlock all of our mutations. This is cool. We certainly won't use it on this run, but that's a really neat power. And then Masochist is pretty bad, I think. Velocity seems pretty bad. Melee and Parting Gift are both fine, things you might actually use. Okay. And I think we're definitely going to stick with our mutations for the moment. I'm trying to think. The clock tower doesn't... We've never seen a moonflower in the clock tower, have we? I don't think so. Yeah, I'm starting to wonder if we missed the first one. Okay, free guts. Hold on a second. I'm just going to refresh our light, and then we're going to come down here and fight this guy. I guess I didn't need to do that. There's light right here. Oh, God. Well. Okay, hold on a second. When the crab deflects your ranged attack, it doesn't just block your ranged attack, it actually pushes you backward a little bit, it seems like. Because I got stunned briefly by that. Or not stunned, but, you know, I was unable to attack, I was unable to move or block for a moment, and that's why we got hit with some of those ranged attacks. So this is a real bad place to have a crossbow strategy. Let's put this right under him. Turns out our gear's alright. You know what? That is an upgrade. We're not really using the extra jump, and planting a bomb while rolling is always useful. I don't remember... Hold on, I might have seen something in the wall. I don't remember if we've been here since the last time we, since we picked up the wall climb rune. Do you need the wall climb rune to get... No, you don't. Right? You get here before you get that the first time. Oh, these are both interesting. What is our current crusher? Our current crusher is also a 5. Poisons the enemy doesn't seem all that good on this thing, but I do like the victim's remains explode. Yeah, I'll take it. Man, it really has seemed like there's a lot of light on this one, hasn't it? It's just kind of everywhere. To some extent, that's just us getting lucky with how the features of the level are placed, right? Like the cell doors you have access to have a permanent light outside of them, and we don't have the key yet. And I'm doing my best to pay attention to our surroundings, but, you know, it can be a little tricky. There's a lot going on sometimes. Areas where you're fighting, gosh. The crits from this are bananas. We're doing such a huge amount of damage. So I feel like I'm saying gosh a lot? Is that a thing anyone else is perceiving? Is that just me? Alright, hold on a second. We should go check that corner. Oh, wait. Right here. Aha! Alright, well that is a load off my mind. We should still go and look in that corner. I'm not 100% sure. Okay, yeah, there is nothing. This is going to hurt. Oh no! We got to the light just before we were going to start taking damage there. Let me make sure we refresh. Okay, so far, aside from me making some sloppy plays, this has been, like, really uneventful. Just a very straightforward version of the thing. I will admit that in my zeal to come here, I forgot about the big, scary mummy enemy. The huge pro wrestling mummy. I don't know why Frog Splash is just, like... That's a Frog Splash, right? Where do you see people do that, except in pro wrestling? I guess sometimes people belly flop in a pool, but, you know, not on purpose, usually. I didn't even see that guy. Just heroically dove in front of the crossbow and took a hit for his team. Oof, that was real close. Yeah, I'm feeling capable here. Capable is the word I would use. We got a crab situation. We have a well-fitted group of skills here. They really play into the build nicely. I meant to throw down our crusher there, but I guess I didn't press the button. Just want to make sure that... There we go. Oh, blue lights do break. Oh, it broke right before it refilled us. That's a bad sign. Okay, so we can see that there's light to the left. Oh, no. Okay. The light to the left is inaccessible. We need to go up and right fast. There needs to be something. Aha. I thought that... Oh, it was a light. It was a light. It's behind the mummy. I was going to say, I thought I saw a light up there, but now I think it might have just been the edge of a mummy. That really sucks. That blue light dying right as we touched its area and it not refilling us really hurt. Well, I don't feel certain, but I think the third Moonflower Key might be before the one in the graveyard, because I'm trying to think after the Sepulchre you do the Sepulchre instead of the Clock Tower? I'm trying to remember. Is the boss right after that, or do you have to do the Clock Tower? Because it's the next boss, the Timekeeper, and then just straight into the castle, right? And in the castle, you're supposed to use the 3 Moonflower Keys. Yeah, okay. We have not figured this out yet, but we will. That is going to be it for us for today. That is all we have time for. Thank you so much for watching. I know that was kind of a bad death, and I do feel bad about it. But when you come back next time, tomorrow, it's going to be such a good, powerful run. You'll forget all about this. That's my promise, apparently. And we'll see you then.